Hey guys, Level Cap here, and so is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now I gotta say this game is oozing with atmosphere. From CRT screens to undercover operatives and Ronald Reagan pep talks, I knew that I was gonna like this game right from the get-go. Not to mention the graphics look fantastic, thanks in part to running the game on an NVIDIA GPU with RTX enabled. I'd also like to give NVIDIA a big thank you for sponsoring this video and hooking me up with a game code. Now Cold War supports all the new graphics options such as DLSS, ray tracing, and reflex right out of the box. And I think a lot of people have been surprised by just how good Cold War's campaign actually looks. Every level is a meticulously fleshed out environment, whether you're running through the streets of East Berlin or flying a helicopter over the jungles of Vietnam. The game has placed every stone and ashtray with care. On top of which, the lighting is absolutely gorgeous. And even with everything cranked to the max and reflections set on unnecessarily high levels, I was able to achieve a very enjoyable frame rate even at 1440p, thanks in part to NVIDIA's DLSS tech that upscales the game with performance in mind. In my opinion, it seems like Cold War has really set itself up as a new kind of benchmark for many RTX features. On top of the ultra high definition textures and finely crafted models, ray tracing gives them an extra level of dimension and character that I honestly don't think you could get otherwise. Now, Cold War is a game about dark corners of the world, the people who operate in the shadows, and the secrets they keep. So it's kind of fitting that most of the campaign takes place in dark environments soaked in shadows. Ray tracing handles sun shadows, shadows on dynamic objects, and ambient occlusion. Switching between the effects on and off actually really helps illustrate just how much of an impact that these improvements can make. Even if they don't stand out like a sore thumb, the subtleties really do help sell the game world. Now, I mentioned before that this game is just absolutely oozing with atmosphere, and one of the missions that I think really does such a good job of highlighting that is called Brick in the Wall. The mission is set up as basically an intel gathering op. You start off riding in a subway car and somehow end up in a full-on showdown with a small army in a warehouse. However, in between, there's all of this quiet intrigue and some gorgeous level design. And it's kind of weird to say this about a Call of Duty game, but I actually enjoyed some of the non-actiony parts of the game as much as I did the actual action bits. Just the lead up and setup to anything that happens in this game is so well done, so finely crafted, and looks so stinking good that it really is a fun and enjoyable experience. As this mission goes on, you spend some time in a bar, you escape through a bathroom window, you sneak around the streets, and eventually rendezvous with your team at an electronics store. From there, you have to stealth your way into someone's apartment to bug their briefcase. The apartment is beautifully lit and really is another one of those scenes that absolutely takes advantage of the RTX tech. Now, there's another mission that takes place around a mountainside base that really, again, highlights the atmospherics of this game. The exterior scenes have beautiful natural lighting and they look absolutely frigid, but once you get inside, the sunlight filters through destroyed walls and ceilings, making every room look really distinct. Some rooms are as bright as the outside, while others look like they're a mile underground. It's impressive how diverse each part of this level looks, and little touches like this really help sell the environment as being 100% convincing. Traditional graphics technology has gotten us close, I'd say like 90% of the way to photorealism in games, but it's that last 10% that can really make the big difference. It's also that last 10% that makes you forget that the characters you're looking at and listening to are actually just video game models. And with RTX on, the lighting really does get that extra little kick to make everything look so real. Now, Cold War also features a cool new tech called DLSS, which uses AI upscaling to render the game at lower internal resolutions without compromising image quality. It'll get you some extra performance in both the campaign and multiplayer. On top of that, you can also enable Reflex, which ensures more consistent input delay in GPU-heavy scenes. And that does give you a genuine competitive advantage. And I'd absolutely recommend messing around with the Reflex option regardless of what graphic settings you prefer, because it will give you a snappier, better feeling game. Now overall, I gotta say I'm actually really impressed by Cold War and its RTX features. The campaign in general is excellent. The visuals are pretty nuts on some levels, and the game has that sheen of refinement that you would probably come to expect from the 17th entry in gaming's biggest FPS franchise. The RTX shadows and ambient occlusion really help bring the levels to life in a way that, well, I'm gonna have a hard time going backwards from. Now I'm really curious to hear what you guys think. Have you guys played Black Ops Cold War yet? What do you think of it, especially the campaign? Have you played games with ray tracing enabled yet? Are you excited to see what ray tracing will be like in a few years from now? How many games will have it? Let me know in the comments. Thanks again to Nvidia for sponsoring this video. If you're interested in getting Cold War and an RTX 30 series GPU, check the link in the video description. Right now, Nvidia is offering a bundle that includes Cold War with their new GPUs. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.